Like I see spiders coming
What's going on, people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to Eli Talks Football. And yeah, welcome to an unusual live stream because normally I do live streams for the watch alongs or if there's any special things I want to do. So yes, I know that my team ain't playing, so I know you're thinking I shouldn't be live today, but the only reason why I'm live today is because tomorrow is the final day of the Premier League. So that's why I decided to go live so that I could give you guys my predictions for the final day of the Premier League. And also, you guys, can also join in as well. If you guys got your score predictions for each and every game that I'm going to predict, then do let me know in the chat and we'll see where we go from here. But I want to start. I've seen some comments already, so I'm just going to quickly read them. Say, "My like Elijah, champions of England." Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say, and I hate to say that as a Chelsea fan, but massive congratulations to Arsenal. They are the Premier League champions this season, and after 22 years of not being a Premier League champion, they have done it. And I tell you what, people, yeah, ever since Arsenal became champions of England, like whenever I leave the house or whenever, like if I'm at the house here, there's my next door neighbors, by the way, this one, they are definitely Arsenal fans because every time I wake up in the morning, all I hear is North London forever. And when I hear that song, I'm like, you know what? These are Arsenal fans. And when I heard it, yeah, on Wednesday, I had this feeling that Arsenal gonna win the gonna be in the win the Premier League because Man City go away to Bournemouth, and that's not an easy game. But Man City are in a really good run of form, so I would have thought they would be winning that game. But as soon as they were 1-0 down, I just felt like, yeah, Arsenal win this. Also winning this, and yeah, and then Holland scored a late equalizer that wasn't enough because in order for Arsenal, I mean for Man City, yeah, to still have any chance of winning the league, they've got to beat Bournemouth, and that's what they didn't do. So Man City dropped points and also are the Premier League champions. So they deserved it, man. And like I said, the fans wins you titles, yeah. And Arsenal this season, have had 1-0 wins 10 times, or is it 9 times, And if it wasn't for David Dwyer making those saves, I also would have definitely never ever won the league. And of course, they're centre backs as well. So you got to give them credit. They deserved it. Yes, there are decisions that went their way, but Man City, they dropped too many points this season, at home to Forest, away to West Ham, away to Everton. Who else? Home to Chelsea as well, away to Tottenham. They've lost 4-0 at home to what would you call it, to Tottenham early this season. Who else have they dropped points to? Let me think. Yes, Sunderland away. Is there anything else I'm missing? Let me think. Sunderland away. Yeah, Bournemouth away, of course. And I think that's it. So on the top of my head, yeah, Man City, yeah, those games where you think they should be winning, they didn't. They really didn't. So, and if you're an Arsenal player and you want to win the league, you've got to capitalize on Man City dropping points. And that's exactly what they did. So, yeah, man, Arsenal, they deserved it despite of the decisions going away. But Man City keep dropping points. Arsenal keep, whenever they get 1-0, they just said to themselves, you know what, we may not score a lot of goals, but let's just keep it like that so that we can win. You know what I mean? So yeah, you've got to give Mikel Arteta credit. You've got to give the ownership credit because they signed Victor Yokeres, Eze, who else? Zubamendi as well. So yeah, you've got to give them credit. Like they done what they needed to do, and that's what they did. So well done to Arsenal. And like I said, ever since, yeah, like whenever I'm out the house here, I just see bear. Like honestly, today I went out to do shopping and I've seen a few Arsenal fans, a few of them. I think there was like 4 of them I've seen today, and I'm thinking to myself, boy, like Arsenal fans winning the league, like it's just so annoying. Like the only good thing is that none of them saw me and cooked me. That's the only good thing, because if I see every Arsenal fan and they ask me who do you support, and I say Chelsea, and I'm like, oh, and then they'll say to me, hold that, your team is in ninth, and I'm thinking, boy, I'm like, oh Jesus, like God, like it's just so annoying. But if I did see them, I will say to them, congratulations, because I'm not gonna be, a depressing man. I ain't gonna be that much of a hater. Like if a team wins a Premier League or the Championship, you've got to congratulate them. Because as a football fan, I've got to congratulate them. As a Chelsea fan, I can't congratulate them too much. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. So I saw a few of them today, and I have to tell you guys, I hate to say this, but Arsenal are such a massive club. They really are. Because no matter where you go, if you're in the UK or everywhere in the world, you'll just see more Arsenal fans here. They do with Man United, Tottenham, this and that. Because last season, yeah, I saw a few tournament Spurs fans because the World League final. But I tell you what, I've seen more Arsenal fans, yeah, than I've seen Man United and Tottenham fans last season. Like, Arsenal such a massive club, I've got to give them that. They really are. So, yeah, man. So congratulations to Arsenal. I congratulated Pippa. I congratulated who else? Charlene as well. I've congratulated Helen as well, so even Dog as well. So I congratulated them, and yeah, man, it is what it is, man. So also the Premier League champions, and yeah, man, they've got 4 Premier League titles, which is one less than Chelsea. So Chelsea, man, you've got to wake up now. You've seriously got to wake up. Because it's been 9 years, yeah, since you last won a Premier League title, let alone be in the title race, yeah. If we don't win it next year, it's going to be 10. The only good thing is that Man United are in a worse drought than Chelsea because they haven't won the Premier League in 13 years. Our one is 9 years, going into 10 next season. But Chelsea need to wake up. We need to wake up because, yeah, because if we keep on, putting ourselves in the top 4 ways rather than being the title ways, then we might be worse. Because Man United, yeah, look at them. They were 15th last season, but they signed the likes of Bremo, Cunha, Sesko, and look where they are right now. Yeah, they're in 3rd place. And Michael Carrick, by the way, have only lost 2 games. Yeah, 2 games this year. Newcastle away, and who else have we lost to? I'm trying to think of one. Who else have we lost to this year? Did he lose to Everton? I'm trying to think of another club he lost to this season. I really don't know. I know he lost to Newcastle away, but the other team, who's he? In fact, let me just have a look. I'm just gonna have a quick look on the teams that he lost to this season because it's only Newcastle that I know. But I'm just trying to Leeds United actually. Yeah, I remember Leeds United at home. Yeah, so those are the only 2 games he lost to this year. Leeds at home and Newcastle away. I just remember it now. Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, Leeds and Newcastle are the only teams. So yeah, if Man United continue to bring in players that can fit in Carrick's system, then I have no doubt, yeah, that Man United, yeah, will be in the title race. Will be in the title race in a few years' time, and if they can keep Michael Carrick, maybe they could win it. Maybe they could win it. I don't think it's gonna happen over the next say 5 years. But if they decide to bring in players that can fit in Carrick's system, then Chelsea will be the ones, yeah, the additional big 5 that could be the longest drought. So us Chelsea need to wake up, and I'm talking about the owners here because you see your rivals here also winning it. You have seen that. And you've seen, yeah, that they kept the manager and they signed some players. You need to do the same thing because the more you keep wasting money, yeah, the more we're going to be in serious trouble, yeah. And I have to do with people calling me negative, delusional, you're doing it for views, this and that. Well, guess what? Yeah, Brighton or Bournemouth, yeah, could get Champions League football because as Villa, by the way, won the Europa League, and congratulations to them. You know, Una Emery, yeah, when it comes to Europa League, he knows what to do. He won it 3 times with Sevilla, once for Villarreal, and once for Aston Villa. So yeah, big up to Una Emery, man. And yeah, Villa did a trophy celebration, and yeah, they deserved it, man, because they haven't won a trophy yet, a major trophy in over 30 years. So well done to Una Emery. But the only thing that is going to get angry, yeah, is that Bournemouth or Brighton, yeah, could get Champions League football because if Liverpool beat Brentford and then if Aston Villa lose to Man City, then 6 gets you Champions League football. And the fact that Bournemouth, one of the smallest stadiums here in the Premier League, could get Champions League football, or Brighton, a club that we like to get their players on. The fact that these two clubs here could get Champions League football and Chelsea don't, honestly, just burn the club down. Control all the league Chelsea Football Club because we're in the pits of hell. We're seriously in the pits of hell. And if we do not sort this out, yeah, then we are the ones that are going to be the truly banter club because they ain't also anymore. It ain't them anymore. It's going to be us if we do not fix this rubbish. Yeah. So next season, these owners, yeah, have really, really got to back Xabi Alonso and bring the players, yeah, that he wants. Yeah. Because he's no longer the head coach, he's the manager. Yeah. He's the manager, not the head coach. So these owners have got to listen to what Xabi Alonso needs to do. Yeah. And if we do not bring these signings, then I don't see us, then I don't see us getting top 4 next season if we still bringing those players in. You know what I mean? So I just want to get this out because it's now embarrassing, yeah, that Chelsea used to be the third drought in terms of the Premier League. Now we're the second worst. I'm not going to include Tottenham because they are the ones that are relevant and they could get relegated. In terms of the big five, yeah, Man United, 13 years. So they're number 1. We're in second, 9 years. Yeah. Man City, third, 2 years. Yeah. Liverpool, fourth, 1 year. Now Arsenal, fifth, 3 days. Yeah. Wait, is it 3 days? Let me have a look because they've won it. Yeah, 3 days. 3 days. No, sorry, 4 days because they're the Premier League champions on Tuesday. So yeah, 4 days. Yeah, since they last won a Premier League trophy. You know what I mean? So we're the second worst when it comes to trophy not winning the Premier League. So that's why Chelsea need to wake up. And it's us Chelsea fans that need to put more pressure on these owners. Yes, it's a good thing that they brought in Xabi Alonso, but that ain't enough. That ain't enough. I still want Blue Coat out because I still do not trust them, to bring the players that Xabi Alonso wants. I still do not trust them. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, we have got ourselves to blame, because we allowed, Arsenal, to not only finally won the Premier League, but to have more Arsenal fans everywhere I go, because I've never seen Arsenal fans like that ever. But now I'm seeing them everywhere I go. And like I said, it's a good thing they didn't, banter me. Otherwise, I could be in trouble, I really could. So Chelsea fans need to wake up. We need to make sure that we show London, that listen, Arsenal may have the bigger fan base, but we have more European heritage than them. So it's us, Chelsea, wake up, smell the coffee, and realize that this cannot continue. It's as simple as that. So I just wanted to get off my chest because I'm not saying this to all the Chelsea fans, but the ones that call me negative, delusional, you have the worst take ever, you're no Chelsea fan, you're doing this to views, why are you getting so angry? I hope you lot realize that what you said to me, you lot deserve this pain. Because when I've been telling you, that if we keep on making stupid mistakes, that we're gonna be in trouble, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. So you fans, that call me, not all of you, but some of you that call me negative, delusional, this and that, you lot deserve this, because this season has been a disaster. It has been a disaster. From sacking Anton Wesker to potentially not making it to Europe, it's been a disaster, man. So you lot deserve this. The ones, yeah, that didn't call me negative and agreed everything that I said, I feel sorry for them, yeah. I really do. And like I said, I'm not buying any more kits here until I see improvement. I'm not buying any more. The reason why I bought that kit is because I would have thought that, you know what, since the Club World Cup thing, since in the Champions League, let me just buy another shirt. I'm not doing it anymore. I ain't. Until I see improvements, that's when I'll buy a shirt. Until then, I'm not buying no kit, no merchandise, no nothing. Yeah? Because I'm not putting a penny on this club anymore, especially these owners. Yeah? Because they don't deserve me. None of them. Until I see improvements. And that is it. So I'm not buying any more kits, man. Not now, not ever. Simple as that. Simple as that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, man. It really doesn't. So yeah, I just had to get this out of my chest because I just see more Arsenal fans than ever. And I'm thinking, this club, man, it's just anyway, that's all I've got to say, man. So yeah, well done to Arsenal, man. But I mean, I spend the next 21 and a half minutes talking about Chelsea when I was supposed to be doing the predictions, but I just had to big up more money because he's an Arsenal fan. So there we go. So yeah, let me just quick and continue to read out these chats before I move on into predictions. So are you defending Leeds is what makes champions. I mean, listen, defense wins you titles, you know. Like, no matter how many 1-0 wins you've got, the main thing in games is to win. And since you've won so many 1-0s and David Dwyer kept you in the game, you lot deserved it, you know. And defense wins you titles. It really does. You know, and maybe attack as well, but defense wins you titles, and you lot deserved it because defensively you were solid. And David Dwyer, you know, best goalkeeper in the league this season. You know, 3 times in a row he's won the Golden Glove. 3 times, you know. So it is what it is. So defense leads makes champions. Of course they do. They say you have cost us titles in recent years. That's a league problem. And yes, I do agree. Like, for me, yeah, I'm not blaming Arsenal about the decision about the decisions. I'm blaming more on the PGMOL because where's the consistency? Yeah, I'm seeing that they want to give let me just get this on my phone. They want to give a disallowed goal for when the West Ham goalkeeper make challenges like that. But let me just tell you, where was this Where was the consistency when Kai Havertz clearly makes a bad tackle and Burnley's number 8? Where was the red card? Because if that was Caicedo, he would have been sent off. He would have been sent off because he did the same thing against Zubimendi. Makes a bad tackle, and got himself a red card. Where was Kai Havertz's one? I don't get it, I remember, Gabriel Magalhaes headbutted Haaland and didn't get a red card. You know, Rodri did the same thing when he got himself sent off against Forest, did the headbutt and got himself a red card. Where was that? And by the way, David Dwyer, clearly makes a punch, and into João Pedro, nowhere near the ball, didn't get a penalty. And the same thing again, João Hato, wants to get the header, but Declan Rice makes a man wrestling, on him, no penalty. Where was that? And also, Torres' disallowed goal was a soft one. That was nowhere near a foul. Nowhere near a foul. That should have been a goal. That should have been a goal. So basically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16 decisions that went Arsenal's way. Now, it's not Arsenal's fault. It's a PJMOL. Because where was this against Chelsea? Where was this against Man United? Man City? Where was this? Like, it really doesn't make any sense. So you've got to blame PGMOL. It's not Arsenal's fault because they're not the ones that cost this. They're not the ones that are the VAR. It's the referees and this country that makes it so stupid. It really is. Like, it just is what it is, man. it is what it is. So yeah, man, like also deserved it, but the PGML allowed this to happen. So, but listen, like I said, next season, you know, you know, there cannot only be one team because yesterday, while they was doing the England squad announcement, I'll get to that one in like 2 weeks because I don't want to talk about it now. Like it has confirmed that Pep Guardiola will be leaving this season, and Enzo Wesker will be the manager next season. So like in order for there to be a proper title race, I have to say Man City have to be in it. Man United, have to be in it as well, and maybe Chelsea as well, because it cannot be also Man City once again. Like there needs to be a proper title race next season because there's no longer Pep, and if like for me, yeah, like Pep, like maybe Enzo Mesca, maybe can make City be in a title race, but I don't think he's able going to do that because he did the same thing as Chelsea. Like if Liverpool keeps slot, yeah, then I don't see Liverpool being the title race at all. And if Chelsea continue to keep on spending players that I don't rate, then I don't see it's been the title race. So it's only going to be one team, and that is Arsenal, and we cannot let that happen. Do you know what I mean? So next season, if teams want to win the title, then they've got to be serious this season. I'm talking about Man United, Liverpool, and Chelsea. I'm not going to include Tottenham because they're relevant. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But yeah, man. So, and also next season, I want to see, the PGMOL make the right decisions. If you think that's a red card, then give it. If you think that's a foul, then don't give a goal. If you think that's a penalty, then give it. If you like, I want to see consistency because it's just getting on my nerves now. It really is. There's no consistency in this league. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's what I wanted to say and do. So next season, we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna blame us on this one. It's a PGML that is more angry because where was this since the beginning of the season? Like it makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. So it is what it is, man. Big up to Blaine1362 saying there were difference between a realistic and a negative, and he is agree with me. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like if people think I'm negative, then that's their opinion. If people think I'm realistic, then that's their opinion. But people need to understand, the reason why I'm passionate, I'm talking about this, is because I know what I want best for my club. Yeah. I know, what was best. And what's best here is for either Blue Coal to change their strategy, or they can leave. They can leave this club because I've been supporting this club since 2005, and ever since I was growing up, I've seen us winning Champions Leagues, the Premier Leagues. And if we don't win it, being a title race, winning the FA Cup, winning the League Cup, I've seen that, ever since I was growing up. Now we're no longer near it. Ever since these owners came in, we won the Conference League and we won the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup, I'll wait because it's like we're in it, and we're gonna win that badge for the next 4 years. The Conference League, I don't wait it, because that is not a competition. It's not, We should have never been that competition in the first place, but because of Man United to win the FA Cup, that's how we're in it. So for me, that Conference League, no chance. And also under this ownership, we are still yet to go away to beat Arsenal, or like to beat Arsenal, to beat Manchester City, to go away to Anfield to win, and to go away to Old Trafford to win. Because these owners have never experienced that. They have never. The reason why I left out Tottenham is because we always beat them. Like we always do, 6-pointer. So that's why these owners have really, got to do something. Because, if this goes on, then we're still not going to beat Arsenal. We're still not going to beat City. Maybe we might be Liverpool, but not away from home. And maybe Man United, but not away from home. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just being real, I'm just trying to let people to understand why, yeah, I'm not negative and I'm being realistic because I know what's best for my club. I want to see us go as, far in, in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Maybe the Champions League. Try and be like, go as far as the semi-final and also close the gap on the title challengers. That's what I want us to do. But we can't, but I don't see that happening here if we keep on continuing to sack managers and to just bring in players that don't wait. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm just being realistic and being real because enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. Like, this has to stop. This, like, it really does has to stop. We cannot continue like this. We simply can't. We simply can't. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I'm going to say on this one. But yeah, man, that's what I need to get off my chest. All right, guys. So yeah, man, look at this. 31 minutes and I haven't even done the prediction. So now it's time for me to do my Premier predictions on the final day. And like I said, you guys can join in as well because you're part of this community. And if you guys got your score predictions, then do let me know in the chat right now. I will go through each and every one of them. And of course, as usual, before I read out the predictions, I'm going to quickly read out the stats for all of those games, and we see where we go from here. So yeah, man, let me just share the screen and we can go from here. All right, cool. So the first game, of course, is Brighton versus Man United, of course. Brighton, like I mentioned, could get sixth place if they beat Man United. Let me just Premier League standings. So yeah, Brighton, yeah, could get Champions League if they beat Man United and if Bournemouth lose their next game, which is away to Forest. So that is how it goes. So yeah, man. So Man United already have confirmed Champions League and they already confirmed third place. But for Brighton, they've confirmed Europe, but they can get even better than that, which is the Champions League. And like I mentioned, it will be embarrassing for Chelsea. But I mean, it already is embarrassing the fact that either Brighton or Bournemouth could get Champions League football and we don't. Like, just burn the club, man. That's what I'm gonna say on this one. It is what it is. So yeah, Brighton. So yeah, their last game, of course, was a 1-0 defeat at home to Brighton. And for Man United, they did get that 3-2 win against Nottingham Forest at home. So there we go on that one. All right. So as usual, let's just quickly get some stats for these games. So where am I? There we go. All right. Yeah. So here we go. Oh, and by the way, actually I'll do that one later. Um sorry. Okay, cool. Cool. Right. So let's read out some stats for that game. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I'm watching the Hull City versus Middlesbrough game for the EFL Championship playoff final. Now it's supposed to be Hull City versus Southampton, but since Southampton did the Spygate and investigate against the Middlesbrough players, they've been disqualified. And yeah, so it's currently 0-0. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win this game, but we shall see, man. We shall see. So it's currently 0-0 in the 57th minute. So that's the game I'm watching as well. All right, guys. So here we go. Brighton have the highest win rate against Man United of any side in Premier League history, both overall, 47% and at home 63%. So Manchester United are looking to complete the double over Brighton for the first time since COVID, though they lost 6 of their last 8 league games against the Seagulls. None of the 17 Premier Meters between Brighton and Man United have been drawn, the most played fixture in the competition to never finish level. Brighton have lost their final league match in 5 of their 8 seasons in the Premier League, including a 2-0 home loss to Man United two seasons ago. Only Arsenal have won their final Premier League game season more than Man United, while the Red Devils have lost the fewest final day games of any side to complete in at least 20 campaigns. Brighton are looking to win 4 consecutive home games for the very first time in the top flight. This is the 7th time they've won 3 in a row at home at this level, losing the next match on 5 of their previous 6 instances, draw versus Swansea in October 1982. Michael Carrick have the best points per game average of any manager in the Premier League this season, which is winning in their last. So basically, in the last 16 Premier League games, they've won 11, drawn 3, and lost 2. And like I mentioned, those 2 losses were against Leeds at home and Newcastle away. Indeed, it's the best by any Man United in the league season since Alex Ferguson's final campaign, of course, since they last won the league. A season which Michael Carrick played 36 times for the Red Devils, in most in the top flight campaign. And in his career in English football against in his career in English football against no side has Brighton's Danny Welbeck scored more goals in all competitions than he has against his former side Man United, which is 8 times. It will be his 400th Premier League appearance if he plays this game, the 46th player to reach this milestone. Against no side has Man United, Brian Mbeumo have been involved in more Premier League goals than he has against Brighton, with these 8 all coming in his last 5 starts against the Seagulls. And finally, Bruno Fernandes have provided 20 assists for Manchester United this season, with one more netting a new awful record with the most assists in the Premier League campaign. And of course, that equals Thierry Henry in the season where he won the league, and Kevin De Bruyne in a season when he also won the league. So the only thing is that Bruno Fernandes have got 20 Premier League assists, and his team ain't winning the league. So it's pretty insane. It really is. But those are the stats. So yeah, Bruno Fernandes, like it says, is 1 assist away from breaking the record. So the question is, will he do it tomorrow? We're gonna have to wait and see. So the Man United fans are hoping, and let's see if he can do the same thing. Let's just see. But for this game, I think I'm gonna go for Brighton to win because, like I mentioned before, they want to get that. They want to get that Champions League football next season, and they can do it because, like I said, if they the only way for Brighton to get Champions League football is that if they beat Man United. And if Bournemouth lose to Nottingham Forest, and also Liverpool have to beat Brentford, and Villa have to lose to Man City because Villa are in 4th place and Liverpool in 5th place. And like I mentioned, that 6th place spot, if Villa finish 5th and win the Europa League, that means 6th place gets you Champions League football. So Villa did one job, which is winning the Europa League. Now they have to finish 5th to make sure that 6th place gets you Champions League football. So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Brighton to win. So my score prediction for that game tomorrow is going to be a 1-0. Because Micah said, Man United have got nothing to lose. They really haven't got anything to lose. They've already confirmed Champions League. They're going to get 3rd place, so it really doesn't matter. Like, if Man United lose this game, they don't have to. They will be a bit disappointed, but they don't have to be angry because they still got Champions League football. Like Brighton, are fine to get Europe, let alone Champions League football. So this will be more to Brighton than it is for Man United. You know what I mean? So yeah, this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Brighton win, and there's no surprise that I think the goal scorer in that game is gonna be Danny Welbeck because he loves scoring against Man United. He really does. So yeah, that's gonna be my score prediction for that game tomorrow, a 1-0 Man United win. Oh, I can see you guys got your score predictions. Um, already. You're going for 3-2. So Blaine 1362 is going for a 3-2 Man United win. Boy, you think there's going to be a 5-goal thriller? Like, I would like, oh, that would be a good one. But I mean, like I said, like Man United have got nothing to lose. They really haven't got anything to lose. So there we go. So yeah, for this game, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Brighton, but I would love it, yeah, if this is a thriller, because you know what I mean. But like I said, like if both, like let's say, yeah, Blaine, that both teams are fighting for the Champions League football, then maybe I will do agree with you. But I think for me, yeah, Man United have got nothing to lose, and Brighton are trying to fight for Europe next season. I mean, yeah, for next season. So for me, I'm gonna go for a 3-2 Brighton. Sorry, a 1-0 Brighton win on this one, but 3-2 Man United, I would take that. I know you already done the Burnley Wolves game, but so I'm gonna leave that one for later. Kavio Zadi saying Chelsea will finish 7th next season, which is good finish because you have a new manager and players are going to, so it's a rebuild season. I mean, let's have a look. Celtics win the, oh, well done to them, but let me just see where we are. I mean, yeah, the only way, in fact, I'm gonna save this one for when I'm talking about Chelsea. I'm gonna save this one actually. I should have never read it. I'm gonna save that one when I'm doing for Chelsea. So I'm gonna leave that one for later. But Blaine is going for 3-2 Man United win. I'm gonna go for 1-0 Brighton win on this one. So there we go. All right, let's move on into the next game, which is Burnley versus Wolves. Of course, both teams are relegated. So it's basically 19th versus 20th. Of course, Burnley got that 1-0 loss away to Arsenal. Whereas for Wolves, I think they got a draw against Fulham. Let me see. What was their sorry, what was Burnley Wolves last game? Yeah, 1-0 draw against Fulham. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, man. I don't know what to say about this game, to be honest with you. Like both teams are relegated, like they've got nothing to lose. I really don't know what to say about that game. I really don't know what to say, but I will read out some stats, as usual. So this game, I don't know. I just don't know about this game, but yeah, I just don't know, man. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's just read out some stats. So, Burnley have lost just one of their last 10 Premier League games against Wolves and are looking for their second double against them in the competition. Because the first time they did that was during COVID. Wolves are winless in their last 5 Premier League away games against Burnley since a 2-1 victory in March 2010. This is just the second final day game in the Premier League history between the two sides already relegated after a goalless draw between Coventry City and Bradford City in 2001 season. Burnley have lost their final match of the season in each of their last 7 Premier League campaigns. Only Wolves had a longer one in the competition. Wolves have won their last final Premier League match in just one of the last 11 seasons in the competition, beaten Sunderland 2-1 at Molineux in the 09-10 season. Burnley are winless in their last 14 Premier League home games since a 2-0 win against Leeds in October. Only 4 teams have had longer ones within the same season in the competition: Sunderland, Nottingham Forest, Derby, and Crystal Palace. Wolves have Wolves have just 3 wins in the Premier League this season, guaranteeing this is their lowest win in total in the Premier League season in history, previously 5 in the 11 to 12 season. Wolves are one of the only 2 sides in Europe Big 5 league this season without an away league win. Wolves could be the only Wolves could become the 7th side to fail to win any single away game in the Premier League this season and versus Hull City in the 09-10 season. Wolves have been bottom of the table since August 31st, 266 consecutive days coming into this match, and overall have been at the foot of the Premier League for 272 days this season. It's both the most consecutive days and most days overall, as I has been bottom in a single Premier League campaign, yet a victory will see them go ahead of Burnley to finish 19th. But again, that will not change anything because they're still relegated. And finally, only Wolves have failed to score in more different Premier League games than Burnley this season, with the Clarets also having the netted fewest shots on target and lowest XG this term. So you can tell by the stats that it's not looking good. But in terms of Wolves, the fact that they haven't got a good record against Burnley is crazy, man. It really is crazy. So we'll see. We shall see. I mean, in terms of this game, like, like, I just don't know what to say about this game. I really don't. Like, for me, this screams out a draw. It really does scream out a draw. It's either going to be a goalless game or 1-1. So, yeah, listen, the fact that these two teams are facing each other while being relegated, like, for me, this just screams out for a draw. It really does. So for this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for a 1-0 draw on this one. I really do, because if one of them wins, not gonna change anything. If one of them lose, not gonna change anything. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for draw. Like, it's either gonna be 0-0, 1-1, and I'm gonna go for 1-0 draw in that one. So that's gonna be my score prediction. Big up to Compt F Star 5119 Cell El Dustico. I mean, yeah, that's basically what this game is. El Dustico. Like, I just like nobody cares about this game. The fact that these two are relegated as well. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Blaine is going for a 3-1 Wolves win. You think that Wolves going to win this game? Like, that's crazy, That's crazy, but I really don't see that happening. I really don't see it happening. So, yeah, I'm just going to go for 1-0 draw. Goal score for Wolves, Wanky Chan, Burnley, maybe. I don't know who's going to score in that game, but we shall see, man. We shall see. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-0 draw in that game. Like, that's just like I said, like that person said, El Dustico. Like, it is basically what it is. It is basically what it is. Big up to Wayman Kandua saying, hi, Fulham versus Newcastle United. Win to Newcastle now from Way. Okay, I'll get into that one in just a minute. I can see one of you guys predicting the Chelsea game. I will get to that one in just a moment as well. So I'm just gonna go each by each, and then I'll read out the comments for that one as well. So there we go. All right, the next game is Crystal Palace versus Arsenal, or should I say, the UEFA Conference League finalists versus the Premier League champions. Do you know what I mean? Because Crystal Palace are home to Arsenal, so the question is, will Arsenal go strong, or would they rotate a bit, because they've got a Champions League final next Saturday. So for me, yeah, if I was an Arsenal fan, I don't think, yeah, that we should rotate that much. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe let's say, like, maybe make 5 or 6 changes, because like I said, you want to give your big players a rest, because you got a Champions League final against PSG and you're looking to win it for the first time in your history. So, and also you're all the Premier League champions, so you don't have to, like, you know, start these big players. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I would say if I was an Arsenal fan. So there we go. In terms of Crystal Palace, I mean, would they also rotate? Because they, like, let's say, yeah, if Crystal Palace weren't in the Conference League final, then I think they will go strong. But since they are, I feel like they may make a few changes in this game. So we're gonna have to wait to see what happens. So yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen in this game, but when I see the lineup, I'll let you guys know whether both teams are going strong or maybe they will rotate it just a little bit. So we'll just see what happens. But yeah, it's basically a London derby, and yeah, we'll just see what happens in that game. So let's just see some stats for this one as usual. So this is it. This is the second time Crystal Palace have faced the Premier League champions after having the title confirmed, with the Eagles showing 1-1 with Liverpool at Anfield last season. Oh yeah, Crystal Palace will do the God of Honor in that one, since also the Premier League champions. So there we go. Right, so Crystal Palace have lost 6 of their last 7 Premier League games against Arsenal, with the exception being a 2-2 draw at the Emirates in April last season. Arsenal have lost just 2 of their 16 Premier League away games against Crystal Palace, winning the last 3 by an aggregate score of 8-1. As a top-flight side, Crystal Palace have never lost when playing the final league match of the season at home, most recently beating Aston Villa 5-0 2 seasons ago. I remember that game. Arsenal have won their final Premier League game of the season more often than any other side. The Gunners have won on matchday 38 in each of their last 14 campaigns, while their last defeat came back in 2005 at Birmingham City, which was 2-1. Crystal Palace are winless in their last 6 Premier League games. However, the Eagles are unbeaten in 5 at Selhurst Park since a 3-2 loss to Burnley in February. Arsenal have won 29 games while keeping a clean sheet in all competitions this season. A win to nil in this match will equal their club record across the campaign, doing so 13 times in the 1970-71 season. Arsenal have faced a shot on target in 6 different Premier League games this season, the joint most by any other side in a single campaign, which Man City also did when they won the league. So there we go. Ismail Sarr has scored 8 goals in his last 8 starts for Crystal Palace in all competitions, netting each of his last 4. Since their return to the top flight in 2013, the only player to score in 5 consecutive starts for the Eagles is Eberechi Eze, which he did in April/May last year. And finally, Arsenal's Gabriel Jesus has been involved in 7 goals in his team's final Premier League match of the season, 5 goals, 2 assists, boasting the most matchday 38 goals and goal involvement of any current player in the division. So there we go, man. So those are the stats. Now it's time for me to give you guys my score prediction. Now, I mean, usually, yeah, like if Man City would have able to beat Bournemouth, then Arsenal would have to go strong and to win the game. And the same it goes for Crystal Palace as well. Like if they won in the Conference League final, maybe they'll go strong, and maybe they could be the team to win. So yeah, I mean, in terms of this game, like since Arsenal, yeah, love to win games by 1-0, like they famously saying 1-0 to the Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal will win this game, but I feel like it's going to be the same scoreline as usual. So for this game tomorrow, sorry guys, my mic seems to disconnect. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, like I was saying, yeah, in terms of this game, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Arsenal. I'm gonna go for 1-0 Arsenal because they love to get 1-0 wins, every single time. And yeah, I feel like they're gonna do it again. They are gonna do it again. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Arsenal. Don't forget, guys, if you guys go and score predictions for those games that I'm talking about, then do let me know right now in the chat so that I can read each and every one of them. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Arsenal. Saka's going to score, and that's basically it. So yeah, 1-0 Arsenal is gonna be my score prediction for that game tomorrow. So there we go, 1-0 to the Arsenal. All right, now let's move on into the next game, which is Fulham versus Newcastle United, of course. Fulham, what was? Let me just have a look. So, one sec. Yeah, matches. So yeah, Fulham, their last result was a 1-0 draw against Wolves, whereas for Newcastle United, they beat relegation threatening West Ham by 3 goals to 1 at St James Park. So basically, when you look at the table, like, so yeah, when you basically look at the table, like Newcastle, like, I don't think Newcastle can get European football because their goal difference is so bad, so bad. So whereas for Fulham as well, they cannot get European football because their goal difference is also bad as well. So in terms of this game, like, both teams aren't fighting for anything at this moment in time. So of course they want to end the season with a win, but like I said, both teams like aren't fighting for anything. So I just, like I mentioned, I don't know what to predict in this game. So we'll just see, man. We'll just see what happens. But as usual, let me just quickly read out some stats for that game. So let's have a look. So here we go. Hopefully my mic doesn't get muted again. Okay, nice. Cool. Here we go. Fulham have lost 6 of their last 8 Premier League games against Newcastle, with both exceptions coming last season, which is winning twice. None of Newcastle's 17 Premier League away games against Fulham have finished level. No Pacific fixture have been played more often in the competition without ever finishing level. You know, Chelsea at home to Sunderland, which is also 17 times. Fulham have won their final league match in just one of their last 8 seasons, winning 4-2 at Luton in the Premier League 2 seasons ago. Newcastle lost 1-0 at home to Everton on match day 38 last season. They've never lost their final league game in consecutive seasons since one of 3 between 11 to 12 and 30 to 14. While they're playing the final league match of the season, oh, Middlesbrough nearly scored there. Could have been 1-0 in the 80th minute, or the flag goes up. So it would have been so that goal would have not counted if that went in. Anyway, when playing their final league match of the season in London, Newcastle are unbeaten and lost 7 games. Since a 3-2 loss at Spurs in 1972 to 73. This one includes 4-0 and 2-0 victories at Fulham, before COVID and during COVID. No side have drawn fewer home games than Fulham in the Premier League this season. Their 10 wins at Craven Cottage is the most in a top flight campaign since 11-12, while they had more in the 09 to 10, which is 11 times. Newcastle have won just 2 of their last 8 Premier League away games so far in this year, though both of these have come against London sides, Spurs in February and my club in March. Bert Leno has started in each Fulham's last 149 Premier League games. These are just 5 previous occasions of a player starting 115 plus in a row. David James, Pepe Reina, Tim Howard, and Brad Fennell. Only Bruno Guimaraes and Nick Voltemada have scored more Premier League goals for Newcastle this season than William Usiala, with 6 of his 7 goals coming in last 8 appearances. And finally, Harry Wilson has scored 10 goals and have scored more goals and more assists than any other Fulham player in the Premier League this season. Only 4 players have ever registered more goal involvement in a season for the Cottagers: Clint Dempsey, Louis Shausha, Dimila Bermatov, and Louis Barmatov. So there we go. All right, let's move on into predictions. Now, there's one fan saying that Newcastle win, which is interesting to see. And yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, Oh, I can't do it. Anyway, all right, cool. So, in terms of this game, like the fact that Fulham, oh yeah, Fulham's last game, yeah, actually no, Newcastle are unbeaten, at London. Yeah, they oh, actually no, they lost away London game was a 1-0 loss. I don't know what to predict on this one. I really don't know what to predict on this one. I might go. I might go for Newcastle. I think I might go for Newcastle because they want to end the season on a high, even though they're not playing, even though they could potentially play one game a week. So I think Newcastle will just about get it done. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Newcastle win. Just about. I think they'll just about get the job done. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 2-1 to Newcastle. Goal scorers for Fulham. I'm gonna go for Harry Wilson for Newcastle. I'm gonna go for Anthony Gordon and William Usiala. So yeah, those are going to be the goal scorers for that game tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle win. Let's see what you guys saying in the chat. Okay, no predictions for that one. Okay, cool. So but yeah, just like I mentioned, guys, if you guys got your score predictions, then do let me know in the chat right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Newcastle United win against Fulham. So there we go. All right. The next game is Liverpool versus Brentford. Now, Liverpool are seriously trying to get Champions League football, but they still can get it because let's say that Bournemouth do get a win against Nottingham Forest. Like Bournemouth goal difference is 4, while Liverpool goal difference is 10. I don't see a way, yeah, that Bournemouth are going to score 7 or more goals away because I really do not see that happening. I really don't at all, man, at all. So I think Liverpool are going to get Champions League football um, despite Bournemouth catching up to them. And like I mentioned before, if Bournemouth want to get Champions League football, then they need to make sure that Liverpool beat Brentford and Villa lose to Man City, which I'll get you in just a moment. But yeah, Liverpool this season, what can I say, have been an absolute failure. They spent nearly £500 million, yeah, last summer. £500 million, and they're in 5th place. Like, Liverpool, for me, were the favourites. Like, everybody, including myself, yeah, had Liverpool to win the league. They had Liverpool to win the league. But now, yeah, they're in 5th place, on 59 points. Like, and for me, I'm even surprised, yeah, but good thing that Arne Slot, yeah, has been is staying because from and that's and because the fact that Liverpool have been above Chelsea right now. Like, if Liverpool stick to Arne Slot and if he doesn't leave and he doesn't leave until, let's say, at the end of next season, then maybe Chelsea maybe can be above Liverpool, but that's not my problem anymore. But I think for me, yeah, that Liverpool on the honest life has been an absolute failure. It really is. It really has been an absolute failure. So yeah, man. So listen, Liverpool will want to hope the best for Mo Salah and Andy Robertson because both of them are leaving next season, this season. So they want to give Mo Salah Anderson their last game of the season with a win. And I think they'll do that. And Liverpool have to win just to make sure that they confirm Champions League football. So there we go. All right, as usual, let me just quickly read out the stats for that game. So here we go. All right. Liverpool lost 3-2 in a reverse fixture against Brentford, but they've never lost consecutive league games against the Bees before. Between 1936 and 1937, Brentford were unbeaten in their first 3 away league games against Liverpool. Since then, they have lost each of the last 6 trips to Anfield without scoring a single goal. Liverpool haven't lost their final league game in any of their last 10 seasons since going down 6-1 at Stoke in a 14-15 season. When finishing the league campaign at home, they're unbeaten in 18 since a 2-0 loss to Arsenal in the 1988 to 1989 season. Brentford have won their final game in one of their last 4 previous Premier League campaigns, beating Man City 1-0 3 seasons ago. Liverpool have lost 19 games in all competition this season. In the club's entire history, only they've nice like 90 only 3 times since they've lost 20 in a row have they've lost more 20 plus matches in a single season. Liverpool have gone on to lose 8 different Premier League games in which they've equalized this season, the most of any side. Indeed, only 2 teams have lost more such games in a single campaign. Wolves in the 24 to 25 and Blackpool in the 2010 to 11 season. Brentford have won just one of the last 9 Premier League games, beating West Ham 3-0 earlier this month. Mo Salah have played 441 games for Liverpool in all competitions, scoring 257 goals and providing 119 assists. With this potentially his final game for the Reds, he has 7 Premier League goals this season and could be the second Golden Boot winner to score 20 plus fewer goals than the previous campaign, along with Alan Shearer, after winning the league. Virgil van Dijk had completed 90 minutes in 74 of Liverpool's 75 Premier matches under Arne Slot, including all 37 games this season. If he plays 90 minutes here, aged 34 and 327 days, he will be the oldest outfield player to ever complete 100% of possible minutes in a Premier League campaign, beating John Terry's record, which is 34 years and 168 days. Igor Thiago have scored 41% of Brentford's Premier League games this season, currently the highest share by a player in a single campaign since Harry Kane in the 2012 to 23 season, which is 30 goals out of 70, which is 43% for Spurs. So as you can see here, there's some stats good for Liverpool, but there's other ones that is not so much for Liverpool as well. And yeah, man, it is what it is on that one. It is what it is. So in terms of my score prediction, you're going for Liverpool 2, Brentford 2. You think it's going to be a draw? I mean, I think Liverpool fans will definitely do not want that to happen because, like I said, Mo Salah and Andy Robertson is their last game. It really is their last game. So they want to end their season, especially at Anfield, with the win. So you're going for Liverpool 2 or draw, a Desmond 2-2. For me, for this game tomorrow, I'm going to go for Liverpool win of... I'm going to go for Liverpool win of 3-0. I think they're going to keep a clean sheet because the fact that Brentford have not gone to Anfield and win, let alone score, I think it's going to be the same thing as well. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-0 Liverpool win. That's going to be my score prediction. And the goal scorers for that game, I'm going to go for Gravenberch, Mo Salah, and Dominic Szoboszlai. Those are going to be the goal scorers for that game tomorrow. See, I'm going to go for 3-0 Liverpool win. They'll get the job done, and I think they will do a special goodbye for Mo Salah and for Andy Robertson, since tomorrow could potentially be their last game for Liverpool, especially at Anfield. And what a way to do it as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 3-0 Liverpool win for that game tomorrow. So there we go. All right, the next game is Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Now, of course, this game, could have meant for Man City because if they would have beaten Bournemouth, I should say, and if they get a win and also lose, then Man City will be the Premier League champions. But in terms of this game, it doesn't mean anything to both teams because what I would say is that both teams are playing Champions League football next season. After Aston Villa's 4-2 win against Liverpool, they've confirmed Champions League football. So this doesn't mean anything much to both teams. But like I mentioned before, but this game and also the Liverpool game does mean for the team that finished in sixth, because like I said, if Liverpool beat Brentford and Man City and Villa lose to Man City, then sixth place confirms Champions League football. So I know that Brighton and Bournemouth, I know that Brighton fans will be watching their game against Man United. Also, Bournemouth's game actually. Wait, what's their goal? What is Bournemouth? Actually, no. I feel like no. I don't think Brighton can get Champions League football. I mean, it depends on the scoreline. Or it depends on how many goals Brighton score and Bournemouth concede. So yeah, I feel like Brighton fans will be watching their game against Bournemouth. The Man City Villa game and Liverpool's game against Brentford, because can you imagine that Brighton in the Champions League, especially when they win the Europa League 2 seasons ago? Like, that is crazy, That really is crazy. But, yeah, so in terms of this game, it wouldn't mean to Man City more to Villa, but it doesn't need more because Arsenal are the Premier champions. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. And for the first time in Pep Guardiola's managerial career, he's gone back-to-back seasons without winning a league title. Do you know what I mean? Oh! Hull City have scored! And it's Oleg McBurney for Hull City. And that could be the goal that puts Hull City back in the Premier League for the first time since 2017. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. And I tell you what, people, yeah, I did a poll, yeah, on Discord. And I asked the people, which club do you think is going to be winning, who is going to win this game and being in the Premier League? Most people, yeah, went for Middlesbrough. Well, guess what? It looks like Hull City is going to prove them wrong, because if that goal, yeah, that puts them in a really good position. Wow. Let me hear the celebrations real quick. Look at that. And the goalkeeper for Middlesbrough cannot believe it. Honestly, cannot believe it. Wow. Oh, wow. This is crazy, man. Oleg McBurney. I mean, the former Sheffield United player, who took Sheffield United to the playoff. He's gonna bring Hull City. He's gonna do the same thing for Hull City. My goodness me. My goodness me. And now Southampton fans are laughing right now. They are laughing right now because they'll be thinking, how on earth, yeah, are we in the final? Are we not in the final? Because look at that. Middlesbrough, yeah, are in the final than us, and they're 1-0 down, and they're not going to be in the Premier League. I mean, that is crazy, man. That is crazy. But yeah, man, 1-0, Ollie McBurney. Now let's have a look, shall we? Because Middlesbrough players are thinking that he was offside. Oh, I mean, I think the referee got this one correct, because Ollie McBurney is offside, but he's not interfering with the goalkeeper. So yeah, that's definitely a goal. And of course, Ollie McBurney is going to get booked for that shirt, but he doesn't care, man. He doesn't care. Now, I'm not sure if there's any VR on this one. I really don't think so, but it doesn't really matter, man. Hull City are moments away, yeah, minutes away from being in the Premier League. Okay, looks like there is VR because I seen the referee doing this. So yeah, there is going to be a VR check. And while that's happening, Hull City are going to make double changes to that one. Wow, oh, wow. The wait is over, man. After not being the Premier League since 2016 to 17 season, it could be over, man. It could be over. Wow. Oh, wow. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, man. So we'll see, man. We shall see. But yeah, man. Hull City 1, Middlesbrough 0. There we go, man. There we go. What I was gonna do now? Oh yeah, I was in fact, yeah. Before I do these stats here, I'm just gonna quickly watch the rest of the game, and then we'll take it from there. But before I do that, guys, I'll be back. I'm just gonna grab myself a drink of water. One sec. Ah, so good to drink this cold water. I definitely do need it, man. I definitely do need it. Well, the goal stands. So yeah, it's Hull City 1, Middlesbrough 0. And a former Sheffield United player has scored what could be a big goal for Hull City and sent them back to the Premier League for the first time since 2017, I think it was. Wait, the 2016 to 17 season was the last time Hull City won the Premier League. Let me just have a look. Was in the Premier League. Let's have a look. Let me just see. Yeah, the 60 to 70 season. So yeah, I was correct. I was correct. So yeah, the last time they were in the Premier League was the 60 to 70 season. And the funny thing is that Chelsea have won the league when Hull City were in the Premier League. And that was the season where Chelsea played one game a week. So he's just going to repeat himself next season. Chelsea could potentially play one game a week. We're going to face Hull City as it stands because there's still a few minutes to go. And yeah, there you go. There you go, man. So yeah, so I was correct. So after 9 years of not being in the Premier League, it could be over. But let's see what Middlesbrough can do. Let's see what they can do. So yeah, it is what it is. Big up to House saying, I know, man. I know you keep on saying it, and it's true, It's true. We are crap. We are crap. And if we don't fix this, we're still gonna remain crap. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Chelsea, only in fact, I'm gonna get into I'm gonna get into the Chelsea segment when I'm doing my predictions. So there we go. Let me have a look. I'm just gonna quickly DM my friends on WhatsApp and on Discord, and then we will take it from there. Oh, it's loading, so it's just gonna take its time. There's so many messages, Um, one sec. Let me just go down and go down again. Cool. Chelsea will be. Oh, oh, out of play. So yeah, it's going to be a goal kick to Hull City. Yeah, the Middlesbrough fans, some of them are going to be crestfallen because they would have thought that this was their year, but it looks like it isn't. So yeah, it's a shame for them. It really is a shame for them. So there we go, and we still go on. We're way past the 8 minutes now. We're in the 12th minute of stoppage time. Hull City fans will be. I know Hull City fans will be begging for the referee to blow the whistle, but yeah, Middlesbrough fall. So yeah, guys, I will get into back to the predictions, but I just want to um continue to watch this game while we get back to these predictions. Cool. So one sec, guys. I just want to quickly. Ball goes out of play. One second. I'm just Shrek. Oh yeah, that film. That film. Boy, how many minutes to go, man? What the hell is this? I just want to have a quick check on Britain's Got Talent because last week they were live 1 hour early. So I'm going to see if they're going to be live. That's the thing is frozen. Do earlier, 7 p.m. Okay, cool. That means I got plenty of time before that game kicks off. All right, Hull City are looking to make it 2-0. Oh, blocked by the defender. I mean, this is getting nervous for both teams. There it is, guys. It is done. For the first time since the 2016 to 17 season, Hull City are back in the Premier League. A huge congratulations to them, to the manager and to the fans. For Middlesbrough, the wait to go back to the Premier League goes on. And after season, and this season, they could have had the chance. They could have had the chance, yeah, to finish automatic promotion, but they failed to do so. They failed to do so. But there we go, man. And this is what happens here when you let go of Michael Carrick. This is exactly what happens when you let go of him. If you would have stayed for Middlesbrough, for Middlesbrough, then they could have been in the Premier League. They really could have been in the Premier League, but they're not. They are not. So yeah, man. So Hull City are joining Coventry City and Ipswich Town, and Ipswich Town in the Premier League. So yeah, man. A huge congratulations to them. So there we go, man. There we go. So let me just quickly send in DMs. Hull City. Hull City. Hull City. Hull City. Hull City. Hull City. So yeah, let me just so one sec, guys. And then let me do the same thing. There we go. So yeah, man. So yeah. So yeah, well done to Hull City. So yeah. One sec, guys. All right, cool. So yeah, just basically done the DM to group chat, letting them know that whole City are in the Premier League, and yeah, many of them said congratulations, and I can see one of you saying party time in Hull. Congratulations, absolutely, man. Like East Lancashire, boy, they're gonna be partying all day and all night. In fact, throughout the summer because they're back in the Premier League, and Ollie McBurney's the hero. He's the man that scored the only goal that takes Hull City back in the Premier League after 9 years of being relegated. So yeah, congratulations to them. So yeah, man, as a Chelsea fan, Hull City, I'll see you next season, both home and away. So big up themselves. So yeah, huge congratulations to Hull City, man. Huge congratulations. So yeah, the wait is over. For Middlesbrough, commiserations to them. They're crestfallen, and yeah, they're gonna have to wait for. So yeah, next season they're gonna be in the championship. So maybe their aim is to try and get into the top two rather than be in the playoffs again, because they definitely do not want to definitely don't do not want to have that let that happen again. They definitely don't. So we'll see how Middlesbrough does for next season. But for Hull City, well done, congratulations, and yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. So yeah. All right, guys. So let's just quickly get it back into the predictions real quick. Let's just quickly get back to the predictions. So there we go. But before that, I'm just gonna quickly read out some stats for the game. So one sec. One sec. Where is it? There we go. All right, cool. So here we go. Manchester City have won 19 of their last 20 Premier League home games against Aston Villa, winning each of their last 15 since a 2-0 loss in April 2007. Aston Villa have won 3 of their last 5 Premier League games against Man City and are looking to complete the league double of the Citizens for the first time since 1962 to 63 season. Man City have won the final match in 8 of their last 9 seasons under Pep Guardiola, losing the other at Brentford, like I mentioned before. The Citizens have won their last 6 when finishing the season at home since a 3-2 loss to Norwich City 2012 to 13 season. Aston Villa have lost their final Premier League match this season more often than any other side, including a 3-2 loss at Man City in the 2011 to 22 season, of course, the season where they've won the league by a point against Liverpool. When playing their final league match of the season away from home, as Villa have won just one of their last 27 games and are winless in 13 since a 3-1 win at Chelsea in the 0-1 to 0-2 season. Manchester City are unbeaten in their last 15 Premier League games since a 2-0 loss to Manchester United in January. Only in the season where they've won the league have they had a longer unbeaten one at the end of the Premier League campaign, which was 23 times. Man City have conceded the first goal in the league low 6 different Premier League times this season, but have only gone to avoid defeat in those a 1-1 versus Bournemouth and 2-1 versus Liverpool. Following their 4-2 win against Liverpool last time out, Aston Villa are looking to win consecutive Premier League games for the first time since one of 8 in November/December this season. With 27 goals already, thank you for that. With 27 goals already, Manchester City's Erling Haaland is likely to win his first Premier League golden boot in 4 seasons in the competition. He will be the 5th player to win the award as many times after Thierry Henry, Mo Salah, Alan Shearer, and Harry Kane. And finally, as Villa's Ollie Watkins have been involved in 8 goals in the last 9 Premier League appearances, just one fewer than his first 29 this season, which is 8 goals and 1 assist. So there you go. So as you can see, yeah, these stats really do work in a Man City's favor, since they are unbeaten at home against Aston Villa in at the Etihad. So yeah, like I mentioned before, like this game wouldn't mean much to Man City if they would have beaten Bournemouth, and hopefully making sure that Arsenal drop points to Palace and then they win their game so that they will win the league. But it doesn't mean anything much to Man City now because also the Premier League champions. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So in terms of this game, I'm gonna go for. I think Villa are gonna score. So I'm because I was thinking of a free. I was thinking of a 3-0 Man City to win, but I thought to myself, nah, Villa are gonna score. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Manchester City win on this game. Goal scorers. I'm gonna go for Semenyo, Erling Haaland, and Ryan Cherky. For Villa, I'm gonna go for Ollie Watkins, and that's basically it. Do excuse me, guys. Okay. There we go. So yeah, 3-1 to Man City. It's going to be my score prediction for that game tomorrow. All right. The next game is Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth. Of course, Bournemouth are still unbeaten in the league, which is 17 times, which is absolutely crazy. In terms of Nottingham Forest, one sec. In terms of Nottingham Forest, in terms of Nottingham Forest, their last game was a 3-2 loss away to Manchester United. So there we go. So listen, there is no doubt, yeah, what my score prediction is going to be. And of course, this game will not mean anything to Nottingham Forest because they are safe. They are safe. But this game means more to Bournemouth because as it stands right now, they are in the Europa League and not in the Champions League because Villa are in fourth place and Liverpool in fifth place. But that could all change. It could all change because Bournemouth, yeah. Let me look at the table real quick. So Bournemouth, yeah. And Bournemouth, yeah, have got to not lose this game because that's the only way, yeah, they're gonna get Champions League because they've already got Europa League. That's what he confirmed. But if they want to get Champions League football, which it will be the best thing ever in their club's history, they need to avoid defeat because if Bournemouth lose and Brighton win, then Brighton will be in sixth place and Bournemouth will be in seventh place because Brighton's goal difference is 9, Bournemouth's goal difference is 4. So that's the reason why Bournemouth just need a point. They don't have to win, they just need a point and they get sixth place. And that could be either the Europa League or the Champions League, depending on the depending on the Villa result against Man City and if Liverpool beat Brentford. So this could be huge for Bournemouth. And like I said, the fact that Bournemouth, yeah, or maybe Brighton could potentially get Champions League football and Chelsea don't, it really is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. So there we go. So yeah, in terms of my score prediction, for that game is coming up. But as usual, let's just see some stats for this one. So there we go. Right. Nottingham Forest are winless in all 7 of their Premier League games against Bournemouth. Both the most they face a side without ever winning and the most the Cherries have faced a side without losing the competition. Bournemouth are looking to complete their second league double for Nottingham Forest, previously doing so in the Championship campaign where they were both promoted. Bournemouth were winless in their first 8 away league games against Nottingham Forest between 1950 and 2011, but have now won 3 of their last 4 visits to the City Ground and they've only drawn once. Nottingham Forest have won their final league game in just one of their last 6 seasons, beating relegated Burnley 2-1 2 seasons ago. Bournemouth beat Leicester 2-0 in matchday 38 last season, but haven't won their final league game in consecutive campaigns, which is Reading and Shrewsbury, which is the 30th of English football. Nottingham Forest have scored 19 goals in their last 7 Premier League Premier League games, one more they had in their previous 19 between November and March, which is 18 times. Nottingham Forest 3-2 defeat at Man United last time out, ended their 8th game unbeaten in the Premier League. They have not lost both on their final 2 games in a single top flight game since 1912 to 93 season. Bournemouth are unbeaten in their last 17 Premier League games. They're only non-title winning teams who have a longer one at the end of the campaign are Chelsea 21 times and Liverpool in 19, both of whom finished second. And Bournemouth have drawn 17 Premier League games this season, the joint most of any side in a 38-game campaign. It is also the most draws for side to finish in the top 5 table since Newcastle in the 03-04 season, which is also 17 times and finished 5th. And finally, Nottingham Forest's Morgan Gibbs-White has been involved in 10 goals in his last 9 Premier League game appearances. No player has been involved in more this time frame since the start of March. So there we go. Now, in terms of this game, I feel like it's either going to be a Bournemouth win or a draw, because I don't see Nottingham Forest getting a. I'll be very surprised, yeah, if Forest beat Bournemouth. The fact that Bournemouth are unbeaten in its last 17 Premier League games. And there it is, guys. The Hull City captain lifts up the EFL playoff trophy as Hull City beat Middlesbrough by 1-0. And it's Oliver Burnley that is the hero that makes it 1-0, the only goal for them. And Hull City are back in the Premier League for the first time since the 2016 to 17 season. So, yeah, man, Chelsea will be facing Hull City both home and away next season. And they'll be joining Coventry City and Ipswich Town as well, because them two are also promoted. So we know that the 3 teams who be promoted, we'll see if next season, if 3 of them go down, or maybe if one of them be relegated, because Sunderland and Leeds United, who were promoted last season, are staying up. So let's see if 2 teams who are being promoted this season will stay up for next season. So it is what it is. But well done to Hull City. A huge congratulations to them. See you next season. See you next season. But anyway, back into these predictions. Like I mentioned, I'll be very surprised if Forest beat Bournemouth in this game. I'll be very surprised. So, but in this game tomorrow, I'm going to go for a draw. My mic is muted again. Like I said before, like I really don't know what to predict. I really don't know what to predict on this one. No Gunnar SC. I don't know why my mic has been muted. Like maybe I need to go and buy myself another. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I know, man. I know. Like, I don't know what's going on with my mic. I really don't get it. Like, it was like this before. It really wasn't. Maybe I'm gonna have to buy myself a new mic. Maybe I just don't know. I really don't know. But thank you guys for letting me know. Yeah. I mean, in terms of, I know, man. In terms of this game, like the fact that I want Europa League football, and the fact that you know what. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just gonna. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get to that prediction just a moment. I'm gonna get to that one in just a moment. So do bet me on that one. I'm gonna get to that one in just a moment. And when I think, and I'm just gonna get to that one. But yeah, man, listen, and let me just um, let me just resume in on this one. All right, guys. You know what? Yeah, let me just go over there one sec because that game is over. All right, so. As you can see here, the last two predictions for this season is the battle for survival. And those games are both in London. Tottenham Hotspur in North London and West Ham United in East London. One of them is going to be relegated and be in the championship to join Wolves and Burnley. Would it be North London club Tottenham Hotspur, or would it be West Ham United, who is from East London? We shall wait and see. So before I get into the predictions and before I get into these stats here, these are the scenarios here that is going to happen for both clubs. There's only one for West Ham, and there's only 9 scenarios on this one. So I'm going to read out each and every one of them. So this, and I took this here from Instagram. So there we go. All right. So the 8 scenarios here is for Spurs is like there's 8 scenarios here for Spurs to stay up. So I'm just gonna basically give you guys the easier one. So if both teams win, then Spurs stay up, and the position wouldn't change. If both teams draw, then it wouldn't change. Yeah. Then again, it wouldn't change because the position will be the same. And of course, both teams are separated by 2 points, by just 2 points. So there we go. And again, if both teams lose, then it will not. Then it will not change as well. So yeah, those are the 3 scenarios. The fourth scenario is that if Tottenham win, the fourth scenario for Tottenham to stay up is that if Tottenham beat Everton and then West Ham lose to Leeds United. The fifth scenario for Spurs to stay up is that if Tottenham win and then beat Everton and then West Ham due to Leeds United at home. The sixth scenario, wait, so that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, the sixth scenario, for Spurs is that for them to stay up is that if Tottenham drew to Everton and then West Ham lose to Leeds United. So there we go. And of course, the same scenario for Tottenham to stay up if Tottenham draw and West Ham win. And the reason why Tottenham will stay up if they draw and West Ham win is because because even though the points will be the same, Tottenham have a better goal difference, than West Ham. And if I take the goal difference for both teams, Spurs, they have a goal difference of -10. And West Ham's goal difference is -22. So Tottenham have a better goal difference than West West Ham, which is 12th. So Spurs to stay up despite them drawing to Everton and West Ham beating Everton. So there we go. And then the 8th scenario, the final one for Spurs to stay up if Tottenham lose and West Ham draw. So yeah, so if Tottenham lose to Everton, uh, and then West Ham draw, then Spurs will still stay up because, like I said, the points that these two have is 2 points, just 2 points. West Ham, they get a point against Everton. So against Leeds United, they'll be on 37. So they cannot be above Tottenham for that one. So yeah, so there we go. So yeah, those are the 8 scenarios for Spurs to stay up. Now, there's only one scenario that West Ham could survive, and the only one is that if West Ham want to stay up, they need to make sure they beat Leeds United at home at their own stadium and hoping that Tottenham lose at home to Everton because West Ham are on 36 points. If they win, 36 plus 3 equals not equals 36 plus 3 equals 39. And that'll be enough for them to stay up because Tottenham, they lose, they get 0 points and they're on 38 points. So that's the only way, that West Ham could stay up, is that they need to win their game against Leeds United and hoping that Tottenham lose at home to Everton. So you can clearly see there's all the scenarios. So Tottenham have more scenarios than West Ham. They've already got 1 and Tottenham got 8. So I feel like if you've done basically a bet in terms of the predictions, who's most likely to stay up, for me, it's Spurs. Because if we got more scenarios for you to stay up the West Ham, they got chance. You got a chance to stay up. So there we go. But like I said, it could all change. And by the way, people, tomorrow I'll be doing a special live watch on the final day. Because not only, am I going to be watching my game against Sunderland, but I'm also going to be watching Tottenham's game against Everton and West Ham's game against Leeds United. Because, like I said, the battle for survival continues. Only one of them will stay up and one of them will survive. And I've got friends here who are Tottenham fans and West Ham fans who I speak to. The West Ham fans, who I speak to a lot is Sonny Scott and Thomas, Those are the two, that I normally speak to, a lot. And if they go down, then I feel sorry for them because they're really good friends of mine. They really are. And I chat to them and I text them on Instagram. So the fact that West Ham could be relegated, it will be sad. It really will be sad for my friends, the likes of Sonny Scott and Thomas, It will be sad for them. And I really will do feel sorry for them. And it will be sad for them. So there we go. So that's the one. In terms of Tottenham, like, I really do not want them to stay down because the only person who I chat to is Abby Summers. And Abby Summers is a really, really nice person. And she's a lovely person as well. Whenever I text her on Instagram, she sees it and she texts me back. Like, and I always speak to Abby Summers. Like, me and Abby Summers have known each other for the first day we met. And it's getting close to 3 years now. It is getting close to 3 years now. And also, I did say to Abby a few months ago and on TikTok is that I don't tell him to stay down because I worried, that I'm not able to see you and speak to you on DL Sports anymore. And Abby Summers says to me, like, she said to me, don't worry, mate. I'm still gonna stay. You still able to talk to me and see me on DL Sports. I ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So if you want, for me, in my lifetime, I've never seen Tottenham be relegated. So for me, if Tottenham go down, that'll break the internet because West Ham are used to go down, ever since the Premier League began, but not Tottenham, In fact, when was the last time, Let me just go, on Google and just ask, and ask this: when was when was last time Spurs were relegated? Yeah, look at this. The last time, yeah, Spurs were relegated from the Division One was in the 1976 to 17 season, and I wasn't even born because I was born in 2000. You know, my mum and dad have experienced Tottenham, yeah, being relegated because my dad was born in 1968 and my mum was born in 1971. So both of them have seen Tottenham relegated. I didn't. I've seen West Ham relegated in my lifetime, but not Tottenham. So the fact that Tottenham could potentially be relegated for the first time in our lifetime is going to be crazy, man. It really is going to be crazy. So there we go. There we go on that one. So it is what it is on that one. It is what it is. So yeah, we'll just see, man. But this is a big game, and I know it's not only going to be me that's going to be watching it. It's the whole world, everyone in the world that's going to be watching that game. So yeah, man, there we go. All right, so let me just quickly do the Tottenham Everton. Let me just do the stats for both teams, and then I'll get to the predictions as well before I move on into my prediction for the Chelsea game. So there we go. So all right, here we go. Following their 3-0 win in October, Tottenham are looking to repeat the first league double over Everton since the 17 to 18 season. Everton have won just one of the last 60 Premier League away games against Spurs, losing the last four by an aggregate scoreline on 13 to 1. Tottenham lost 4-1 against Brighton on matchday 38 last season. Last losing the final league game in consecutive campaigns between 2008 and 2010, which was also 3 in a row. This is the 10th time Everton are playing the final Premier League match of the season away to London side, with the Toffees winning just one of their last previous 9, 2-0 at Fulham in the 08-09. Avoiding defeat will likely be enough to secure Tottenham's place in the Premier League for another season, having also finished in 17th last season. This will be the first time they finished as low in consecutive top-flight campaigns since the one of 3 between 1912 to 1913 and 1940 to 1915, which is 17th, 17th, and 20th. Tottenham are winners in their last 10 home league games. 10 home league games, the second longest one in league history after 14-game streak between October 1993 and April 1994. Everton are winless in the last 6 Premier League games, but haven't gone a long way without a victory since April 2014 under Sean Dyche. Indeed, David Moyes last went 7 without a win in a competition in January 2023 as West Ham boss, and last did so with the Toffees in December 2010. Everton have led at some point in each of their last 3 Premier League games, but have failed to win any of them, which is 3 times. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that in just a minute. Only in October 1999 had they led in but failed to win 4 consecutive matches in a competition. Everton have used fewer players and made fewer changes to their starting 11 than any other side in the Premier League this season. And finally, Tottenham's Richarlison has been involved in 15 Premier League goals this season, 11 goals and 4 assists, only having a hand in more, which is 13 goals and 3 assists. The Brazilian has also been involved in 5 goals in his last 5 games against his former side Everton, which is 4 goals and 1 assist. And speaking of Tottenham, by the way, the fact that their captain, Christian Moenwo, is going to be at the game and going to be flying all the way to Argentina to focus on the World Cup is an absolute disgrace. Tottenham needs you, man. They need you. Your survivor's on the line. And you know, yeah, that if your team loses and West Ham win, then you're relegated. Like for me, if I was a Tottenham fan, which happily I'm not, I'll be going absolutely mad and screaming and shouting over Romero because that's not a good captain. That is not a good captain. You just cannot walk away from a team when you know you got your job to do. Yeah, it's not good enough. It really isn't good enough. So I found that, yeah, to be an absolute disgrace of what Romero has done for Tottenham, especially him walking out. He's an absolute disgrace, man. He really is a disgrace. So So yeah, if Tottenham do get relegated, then this is on him. This is on him, and not only him, but the fact that he walked out. Yeah, just let his team down. If Tottenham do get relegated, so he's a disgrace, man. He's an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. All right, so let me just quickly read out the West Ham Leeds game, and then after that, it's time for the predictions. So here we go. If West Ham fail to win, they'll be relegated for the Premier League for the third time after 02-03 and the 2010-11. It will also mean next season will be the first top flight season not to hit any teams beginning with W since the 1910-11 season. Crazy. After a 3-1 win in May 2023, West Ham are looking to win consecutive home league games against Leeds for the first time since 1974. Following their 2-1 win in October, Leeds are looking to complete the league double of West Ham for the first time since the 02-03 season, when the Hammers were relegated with a 38-game competition record of 42 points. So history could repeat itself again. At no side have Leeds won more Premier League away games than their 7 against West Ham United. However, they lost their last league visit to London Stadium 3-1 in May 2023. West Ham have lost just one of their last 90 matches when playing the final league game of the season at home, going 3-0 against Sunderland in 10-11 when they were relegated. There you go. Leeds have lost their final Premier League match in just 2 of their 15 campaigns in the competition, with both defeats coming in season in which they were relegated. 1-0 versus Chelsea and former Spurs 3 seasons ago. West Ham have lost each of their last 3 Premier League games, last losing 4-1 in December 22 under David Moyes. Leeds unbeaten in the last 8 Premier League games, the longest one since a 13-game streak between May and November 2001. Meanwhile, the last time the Whites remained unbeaten in their final +9 games of the Premier League season was in 1994-95, which is also their final 9. Jared Bowen have assisted 8 of West Ham's last 12 Premier League goals. Overall, he has 10 assists in the competition this term, with only 3 Hammer players registering more in the campaign. De Carlo, Dimitri Payet, and Pejovic, which is 11. And Okafor is wait, it's his birthday today. Let me just have a look. When is his birthday? Oh, okay, the 24th of May. Okay, so Okafor will be 26 to wait. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, Noka Okafor will turn 26 tomorrow. So he's going to be older than me by 5 months. The only Leeds player to score on his birthday in the Premier League is Alf Inge Haaland, who also did so against West Ham in November 1997, while no players ever scored on their birthday in the final match of the season and competition. So it would be great, yeah, if Okafor will not only score a goal for Leeds, but could get West Ham relegated. So there we go. So yeah, man, it is what it is on that one. All right, so now it's time for me to do predictions. So let me start off with Tottenham versus Everton. Now you would think, yeah, that Tottenham, yeah, should win this game, but they don't have to. They Tottenham, yeah, needs a point in this game, and they are safe. And they are safe. And Tottenham's home form hasn't been that great. Only 2 wins at home this season. Brentford and Burnley. Whereas for Everton, they're not good, but usually away from home, their record is really good this season. It really is. So for this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for a draw. And I think that's gonna be enough for Everton. I'm sorry, for Tottenham to stay up. And I know West Ham fans don't like me to say this, but I just don't know, man. Like, I want to go for an Everton win. I really do. But the fact that this game is at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and the fans will be up for it, and I don't want to see the club being relegated. I just feel like Everton. I just feel like Tottenham will have enough for Everton. They will do. And so that's why I think for me it's going to be a draw. That's why, yeah, it's going to be a draw for me. So I'm going to go for. Let me think about this. I'm going to go for a 1-0 draw on this one. I'm going to go for 1-0 draw on this one. Yeah, 1-0 draw because I because Everton. In fact, should I go for? Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna go for 1-0 draw on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-0 draw. Goal scorers. I'm gonna go for with Charlison to score because he lost to score against Everton, and I'm gonna go for a eliminating Dye to score for Everton. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-0 draw for that game tomorrow. Now, in terms of the West Ham game, I feel like I feel like they will. I feel like West Ham will win because they want to also hope and pray that they will stay up. But like I mentioned, that draw against that, like, I feel like West Ham could be relegated for me. It really could. Like, because the fact that, like I mentioned, Tottenham have 8 scenarios of when they of them staying up. West Ham have already got one. And like I say, if you put a bet on a team to be relegated, it's going to be West Ham. So I think for me, West Ham will win, but I just think that's not going to be enough for them because they might be relegated. They really might be relegated. So we shall see. So I think here that I'm gonna go for West Ham win of 2-1. I'm gonna go for West Ham win of 2-1. And yeah, they'll be happy for the win, but I just don't think that's gonna be enough for them. It really isn't. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 West Ham win. Goal scores, I'm gonna for Leeds United, Okafor, like I mentioned. For Leeds, I'm gonna go for Callum Wilson and Jared Bowen to score. So yeah, 2-1 to West Ham. So yeah, man, with these predictions, Tottenham will stay up and West Ham will go down. So there we go. There we go on that one. Now let's get back to the Chelsea game against Sunderland. So I was thinking about it and I thought to myself, you know what? I feel like one game a week might be a good thing for Chelsea because some of our players cannot be fit, and I don't know if our oldest are going to be signing in, some proper players. So you know what, I don't want it to happen, but I just feel like we've already got one win in 7 Premier League games, and Son have already beat us this season. So they're looking to complete the league double over Chelsea. So we shall see, man. We shall see. So yeah, I don't want this game to be a draw because I don't Conference League football. So it's just best to get one game a week so that Xabi Alonso can have enough time to speak to the players and we'll see where we go from here. See, I'm gonna go for 2-1 Sunderland. I'm gonna go for 2-1. Goal scoring that game. Enzo Fernandez could be. Actually, I'll talk about more on that one tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Enzo Fernandez for Sunderland. I might go for Granit Xhaka because he loves scoring against Chelsea and Barry as well. So yeah, 2-1 to Sunderland. It's gonna be my score prediction for that game tomorrow. And yes, I don't want my team to lose, but we have got nothing left. It's either Europa League football, Conference League football, or one game a week. That's all the best we've got. And for me, I don't Conference League football, so it's either Chelsea win to get Europa League or under win to get to make Chelsea play one game a week. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 2 on Sunday. That's gonna be my score prediction. All right, guys. So that is it. So let me go through the final of the final day Premier League prediction. So, and this all kicks off at 4 o'clock here in the UK on a Sunday. So make sure you guys remind yourselves on that one. So, so these games, I went for a Brighton 1-0 win against Man United at the Amex Stadium. Then I've gone for a 1-0 draw between Burnley and Wolves. As both teams are relegated. They have gone for 1-0 also win against Crystal Palace, the London Derby, as also are the Premier League champions. They went for a 2-0, sorry, 2-1 Newcastle win against Fulham. I've gone for a 3-0 Liverpool win against Brentford, a 3-1 Man City win against Aston Villa, a 1-0 draw between Forest and Bournemouth, a 2-1 Sunday win against Chelsea, a 1-0 draw between Everton and Tottenham, and then a West Ham 2-1 win against Leeds United. And yeah, with these predictions, Tottenham are likely more to stay up, and West Ham are more likely to be relegated. So there we go, people. So that, my people, is my final Premier League predictions for this season, 2025 to 2026. So yeah, man. So that is not leave the studio, sorry. So yeah, man, that is it, people. That is it. So let me just quickly read out some prediction, sorry, some chats, and then I'll end the stream and we'll take it from there. So oh yeah, you went for a 2-1 Chelsea Sunderland win. That's the same as me. Chelsea are not finishing 7th next season, low. I mean, it all depends, man. It all depends on what we do this summer. It all depends, man. All right. Will the Villa players will be sober yet? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Like, they already confirmed Champions League football, and like I said, 6th place, yeah. Could get Champions League football if Liverpool beat Brentford and Villa lose to Man City. So I don't know, man. If it's going to be sober, but we shall see what happens tomorrow. We shall see, man. We shall see. Bruno player of the season. Oh yeah, that's true, because Bruno Fernandes is 1 assist away from breaking that record. So you know, many fans didn't like it, but he's got 20 assists, which equals Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And Man United in 3rd this season. Don't forget, Man United last season were 15th, and now they're in 3rd. Yes, Michael Carrick's the manager, but Bruno Fernandes did get assists on the Ruben Amorim as well. So we have to say he does probably deserve it. He does. So there we go. Houseway, as a United fan, I think Guaya has been robbed. He's contributed important top saves this season. I do agree with you on that one. Like, for me, yeah, if there's one player who deserves it, is David Guaya, because he kept Arsenal, yeah, in the title race, and he won them the title, and he kept the most clean sheets as well. So you know what? If there's one player I have to go for, it might be David Guaya, but I do understand why Bruno Fernandes is won it, because he's got 20 Premier League assists and he's 1 assist away, yeah, from breaking that record. So I do understand why Bruno has it, but I also do understand why, if people are saying to me that David Guaya has been won, I do understand that one. So there we go. Oh yeah, I've already worked that one out. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, bigger. Thank you so much, Mom, for joining me as always. Thank you so much. Goodness, he's saying the whole defense look good. We will be able to deal with them. Of course you do. Of course you do. So yeah, well done to Hull City. They're going to be joining. They're joining Coventry City and Ipswich Town as the teams promoted and are in the Premier League for next season. So yeah, man, big up to Hull City. Oh yeah, Foldy wet that one. Yeah, Foldy wet that one. Let's see. It's Spurs though. They usually don't do the obvious though. I mean, yeah, they don't, especially at home. They're just absolutely awful. Foldy wet that one. Oh, Mohammed is saying, don't know why. Let's see what this one is. The comments are just coming up, people. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So Mohammed is saying Spurs going down or staying up isn't bad. They are 3-6 points every season. Oh yeah, I think you must be an Arsenal fan. Um, I mean, listen. I think I'll agree with you of staying up, but for them going down, it is a bad thing. It is a bad thing, because last season, yeah, they the Europa League winners, and this season they win the Champions League. So for them to go from Europa League winners last season to be relegated next season is a bad thing. It really is. And this will be the first time, yeah, that Tottenham are relegated in my lifetime. Because West Ham have done it 3 times in my lifetime: 02-03 and 10-11 season. The last, and like I mentioned, um, in those stats, the last time Tottenham were relegated was 1976 to 1977 season. My 2 bells were born in that time. I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't even born. I was born in 2000. So the fact that Tottenham could be relegated for the first time in my lifetime is crazy. It really is crazy. So there we go. It's really bad for the Premier League. We need them to stay up. Oh yeah, I do get what you mean. I do get what you mean. Yeah, it would look bad for Tottenham, because It's not too long ago, like 10 years ago, they were, you know, in the title ways, you know, against Leicester City and Arsenal. And now 10 years later, they could be relegated. It's crazy. What is it the point of Tottenham making all that money to waste it? Yeah, man. I mean, they just didn't sign any players. You know, the medical side disgrace. You know, they decide to bring in Thomas Frank, who's the worst manager ever. Like, I don't know, man. I really don't know what's the point of Tottenham. Like, for me, they should have never ever been in the Big Six. But the reason why that is because they won European trophies. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. So that's the only reason why. That is the only reason why. But yeah, people, that's it for me. You know, I've been live for like 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 55 seconds. So I'm gonna let you guys you know, enjoy your Saturday and enjoy this warm weather outside. And don't forget, tomorrow I'll be live for a special live watch along because, like I mentioned, not only I'm going to be watching my game, but I'll be watching Tory's game against Everton and West Ham's game against Leeds United. So make sure you guys tune in. And if you guys did enjoy this stream, don't forget to hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Do hit the hype button so that it can aid my channel's growth. And yeah, don't forget to and if you guys are watching this on replay, do let me know your score predictions in the comments below, and I will react to them as soon as I can. One more comment to go. That Tudor point was crazy. I know, man. I know, man. Like bringing in Igor Tudor, who is even worse than Thomas Frank, didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense. Catch you later. Big up yourself, but catch you later. So make sure you guys do join me tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. kickoff, where we're going to be see which one team is going to survive and one team who's going to be relegated. Would it be Tottenham Hotspur or would it be West Ham United? We're going to have to wait and see. But big a bit damn souls. Thank you to each and every one of you that joined me on this stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. It's your boy Elijah here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace.